to start a YouTube channel this year. I'm even going right back to school this year. I'm going to do everything I've ever dreamed of doing this year. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do everything I've ever thought about doing this year as soon as that clock hits 12.
Aren't you tired of that shit? You gotta be tired. It's the same thing every year. You talk, you talk, you talk, but your reality remains the same. Let me be the first one to tell you that New Year's resolutions suck. They're trash. They're not the worst thing in the world, but over the years they've gotten a bad rep, and it's just a negative aura attached to them. And the reason being is this. Think about all the New Year's resolutions you set for yourself in the past few years. Did you accomplish any of them? Or think about the goals that your family and friends have told you that they're gonna accomplish coming into this new year. Then check on them again in February and see if they've done any of it. I can probably tell you right now, they haven't, and they're probably not going to. In my opinion, resolutions are all bark, no bite. Nobody actually does what they say they're gonna do. Nobody does. This is going to be a very serious video. If you want to accomplish anything in 2023, you're gonna wanna watch the whole video. I've broke this video down into two parts. Part 1, why you never stick to your New Year's resolutions, and part 2, how you could go about goal setting so that way in 2023 you can actually do what you say you're going to do. The first reason why I know you're not going to do shit this year is because your goals are too broad. I've had one main goal in mind for the last 4 years, and that's to gain muscle. That's been my New Year's resolution since 2018. Each year I would say I want to get bigger. Come January, I would be the first one in the gym. 30 days later, I would go right back to sitting my ass playing video games. You have to be specific with your goals. You have to be intentional. The problem with setting such a broad goal is the fact that you can't create a plan out of it. It's not specific enough for you to create a plan. How the hell are you going to know what to do on day one if your goal is to simply get bigger? Everything has to be thought out from A to Z. The second reason why you're not going to do shit this year is simply because you're not ready to endure pain. When you're coming up with your New Year's resolutions, ask yourself this: am I willing to struggle, and how much pain do I want in my life? It sounds good on paper to say you're gonna do this or you're gonna do that, but when you realize how much work it's going to take and how many hours you're gonna have to put in, shit changes, doesn't it? This is what separates the winners from the losers. The winners know exactly what they're getting into. Now, how exactly do you stick to your resolutions? First things first is this: your identity has to be attached to those goals. We all know that one guy that says he's losing weight or he wants to lose weight, but every now and then you hear him calling himself a fat ass. I'm not even a big fan of affirmations or anything like that, but I do believe that the tongue is an extremely powerful tool, and you have to be wary of the things that you say. You already have the world against you, and you already have people online shaming you. You can't be against yourself. Your mind is all that you have. So watch what you say and make sure whatever you're saying is aligned to whoever you want to become and what you want to achieve. The second thing you want to do is create micro goals instead of broad ones. That's been the difference maker for me this year. Instead of making one large goal for the year, I created small monthly ones that's aligned to the bigger goal that I have for the year. It's hard to remember something that you said 6 months ago, but when you create micro goals every 30 days, it's much easier to keep track of, and when you stray away, it's just as easy to get back on track. Last thing you want to do is get you an accountability partner. Someone that's going to hold you accountable for the goals that you have set. Someone that's gonna make sure you stay on your shit. Or you could do what I did, which was create a video to yourself and don't allow it to be uploaded till a year later. Throughout that video, all I did was talk about all the stuff that I wanted to do within the 12 months. I don't even remember what I said in that video, but I do know that no matter what happens, that video will be posted online sometime this year, and everyone's gonna see it. And then we'll know if I'm just a shit talker or if I do exactly what I say I do. Some of us just need to get embarrassed, and in that case, the world will hold you accountable. Now I know I've said a lot in this video, and I know I came at you guys a little hard in the beginning, but that's only because I want you to go from the guy that talks to the guy that actually walks the talk. I want you to feel the same sense of fulfillment I felt this year when I finally reached my fitness goals after 4 years of saying I would. When you start doing what you say, you'll not only gain respect from your peers, but you'll gain respect for yourself, and you'll hold yourself to a higher regard. My favorite speaker of all time, Eric Thomas, said this:
I am who I say I am.
Say I am. Man, that's gonna feel good when you actually become who you believed you were this whole time. So let's not do what we've been doing. They say someone who does the same thing over and over expecting the same outcome is insane. So let this year be different. Let this year be the year that you prove to all your doubters. Let this be the year that you get the girl you've always wanted. And let this be the year that you unlock your fullest potential.